Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new... What was that? I have no idea. But welcome to a new video, and today I am playing a new game. Yes. So this game is called OMSI, and it's basically a bus simulator. So yeah, this game I'm actually going to do a tutorial how to get the bus to move. Yeah, because in this game it's that hard to get the bus to move. So, let's get straight to it. So first if you click just under the steering wheel here, I will turn on the lights. I just need to turn on the electrics first. So if I click here, the steering wheel disappears. This is just for convenience. Okay, so here we have the master switch. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but the thing I'm zooming into right now, that's the master switch. So if I push it down, so you hear this chime, which is actually being made by this, which I will speak about later. So right now, I'm just going to set up the lights. So if I turn it to the middle, that sets up the low beams. It puts the backlight on the matrix display and the backlights of the bus. So if you put this, it goes to high beam. So yeah, as you can see. So that was just the electrics. Now let's start the engine. So once you've started the electrics, make sure you're in neutral, because otherwise the engine will not start. So yeah, then you press this button and you hold it until the engine started. Then you can let go. If you want to stop the engine, you press this button, you hold it till it stops. But we're just going to turn it on right now. So there you go. Now that the engine is on, we can engage a forward gear. But we're not ready to move yet. First of all, let me just see this. Okay. If we want to open the doors, we have these big red buttons here. Now, these open the front doors, because the back doors actually get opened automatically when the stop request button is pressed. So yeah, if I want to open the front doors, I can't just press here, because we have to first enable the bus stop brake. So once we've enabled the bus stop brake, you can see the doors open. I'm just going to close the doors for now. So I actually have the hotkey to do it. So I'm just going to click so you can see it. So we click these again. And then we click the button to the right of them. And that's the bus stop brake disabled. So now I'm going to turn on the lights. So here, as you can see, we have all these light options. And so that's... Oh, what's this lag? Oh, there you go. That's the lights for the cab, the bottom deck, and the upper deck. So yeah, that's always good. So now I'm going to teach you how to use the heating. So right now, this is the thermostat, the indoor thermostat. It's only 15 degrees. So I'm actually going to, well, because we've not really started the bus yet, we're going to turn on the preheater. And this is the passenger heating, the fan I just pressed. We're just going to turn on everything, because why not? Here we have the retarder. So this is off, this is medium I believe, and this is on. So yeah, I think that's how it is. So now we've had the preheater on, we can turn it off, and we're going to put this to hot. Now here we have lots of weird stuff. I'm just going to put it to fresh air from the bottom. You don't need to worry about that. This is like footwell, and this is just from the top, I think, so I'm not sure. This is power, and this is the defroster. We also have the defroster fan here, which can clearly be heard. I'm going to turn that off because that's just really annoying. So now I'm going to teach you, because to actually get passengers, you need to set up the matrix display. So the matrix display is actually the thing that tells you which bus it is. So for that, you can just use the menu that you cannot see right now in the bottom right, which currently has 92E on it. So if you click, basically it just opens another window where you can set up the line and the terminus, but I'm going to do it the other way. This here is called the IBIS, for the onboard information system. In German I think it's inboard information system, like that. As you can see, our temperature is rising as well, so that's good to know. So what I'm going to do is with the line 137, so I'm going to click line. So first you press 137, and after you have to put 2 zeros. Normally there we'd put if it's an express route or a night route, we configure it after that. But now once we've done that, if we look on the front of the matrix display, as you can see we have 137. The people still won't get on. That's because we have to set the destination. So to do that, I'm just going to click route. And then if you just click route 1, it should set Hamburg. So currently, if I turn on the markers here, as you can see we're Bahnhof Falkensee. So this line goes in between Bahnhof Falkensee and Hamburg, or however you say that. So yeah, just set it to Stackenhafneberg. I don't really know how to say it, but anyways, okay, now that's that done. If you're going from Hafneberg to Bahnhof Falkensee, you'd put route 2, as you can see, just like this. And so now it's going to say Bahnhof Falkensee, as you can see. But we're going to route 1. There you go. As you can see, the Ziel is automatically set, which is basically our destination. Here we have all the lines. So we're line 137 here. These are all the possible destinations that we can have. We're going to Stackenhafneberg. But if I only wanted to go to Jurasche Spandau, I can just do this. So I click Ziel, and then I put the code here, which is 154. As you can see, and now on the front board it's going to say U-Bahnhof Jurasche Spandau, which is, but I want to go, I'm not going to do the whole route, that'll be for another episode, but right now I want to go to Stackenhafneberg, so I could put in 329, but I'm just going to click route 1, so I don't have to put in the zone again. There we go. Now we have the matrix display set up. Oh hey, by the way, notice this, the license plate. Oh, whoops, didn't mean to do that. So now I will teach you like how to actually move. So now all we need to do is disable the bus stop brake. As you can see, we're moving. So you can use the numpad for this. So numpad 8 would be accelerate, and numpad 6 would be to turn right. It's like WASD with the numpad, except to slow down it's numpad 2. Make sure you remember that. I like to use O, which is basically just mouse steering. Whoops, because this game requires a lot of precision when you play. So I like having this set up, basically. So yeah, that is basically how you set up your bus. So I'll be doing another tutorial on how to do more complicated things. So yeah, I'm just going to take this right turn and go pick up some passengers just to show you that it does work. And so I might also have to sell some tickets, which I'll do in another episode. So yeah, just enjoy this tiny little drive. So I can also use my indicators, which are the 7 and 9 on the numpad. You'll see it all makes sense when you actually see the numpad. So as you can see, these people are coming towards me now. I'm just going to stop here. So I could put on the brake here, which I know the hotkey for. Then I'll open the doors, so I could just press here, but I know the hotkey, so yeah, I will just do this. So as you can see, everyone's getting in our bus. And then notice at the back, you have this button here, which is actually the buggy switch. So if I press this, in here, as you can see, we get a buggy request. So this is if someone has some luggage that they want to bring in the bus. So if I want to let them in, I press this button, and then the back door will open, as you can see. And then when they're done, I can just press this again, and the door will close automatically. So if people want to get off at the bus stop, they'll press the stop request button. And you can see the doors open automatically when the bus stop brake is engaged. So yeah, that is basically how you drive, how you get moving on OMSI 2. So you definitely should go check out the tutorials, which do explain even more than this. But yeah, stay tuned for another one, and I hope to see you later. Bye!